Like 8 to 11. Me.
It's not that fun.
I get ball first.
You get ball first.
She does get ball first.
Not gonna get it back. And you could, but that's gonna be your time. Like that's gonna be your period, which is fine. I'm not saying I'm gonna go. Like, you gonna go.
When WNBA player AA Wilson openly declares that she could defeat NBA player Josh Hart in a one-on-one confidence or controversy match, social media is ablaze with angry responses.
Me or WNBA players sort of full of themselves. A'ja Wilson loves to do two things. Two things. Play the victim and is complete.
Basketball is a sport that thrives on bold assertions and heated arguments, but A.A. Wilson's recent remarks have ignited a heated off-court controversy that has fans and players from all across the basketball community feeling angry.
Wilson was on the Roommates show podcast with Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart, and a Q&A came up that had her massively disrespecting her host, Josh Hart. Look, man, we understand. You're getting hyped. You're getting pubbed. You think you're the reason that people are watching the WNBA, A'ja. I get it. You think you are. You're not, but you think you are. And in that has created this sense of absolute.
Wilson's confidence is unrivaled, and she is known for her dominance, agility, and keen basketball IQ. She solidified her status as one of the game's greatest players, but her audacious claim to have defeated NBA player Josh Hart, who is praised for his versatility and defensive prowess, has caused controversy, dividing many fans. While some admire her fearlessness, others wonder if this matchup is realistic.
So, A'ja Wilson is completely delusional. And I'm not joking when I say that, like, completely delusional. Like, a level of delusion I'm not sure I've seen in a sports person. And, like, this is worse than the Brittany Griner situation, because at least with the Brittany Griner situation, she was almost kind of laughing. It was kind of like yeah, I'm that good. But, like, this one seems like if you don't believe, like, listen to it. It just the tone that she says it is like she's in shock that people don't agree with her. Like, it wasn't like Brittany Griner was almost like I don't care what you think, I'm gonna beat DeMarcus Cousins in a 1v1. But like A'ja Wilson, she said she'd beat Josh Hart in a 1v1.
Asked if A. Wilson was exaggerating her abilities. Others praised her audacity for taking on an NBA player, a league known for producing the best basketball players. Josh Hart, who is known for his toughness and dependability in the NBA, didn't hold back. He responded with a self-assured smirk and firmly stated that Wilson couldn't defeat him, sparking further discussion. Hart's supporters swiftly supported him, pointing out his years of experience competing against some of the toughest athletes in the world. The exchange sparked a flurry of viewpoints that pitted respect for Hart's demonstrated track record against admiration for Wilson's boldness.
Really did dunk. Back in the day, she was dunking, but she just stopped. Honestly, I don't think she's going to be dunking next year. You could tell, like, they get so offended.
Josh Hart, who is known for his rebounding skills, may not be the most visually striking athlete, but his flexibility says loudly. Fans contend that his power and quickness would give him a definite edge over A. Wilson in a one-on-one matchup, and that his court awareness and defensive abilities to guard numerous spots make him a difficult opponent.
Tibbs called you the best rebounding guard in the league. Are you?
For sure. Russ is up there, obviously. Luka's up there. I think I am, just in terms of Luka's, 6'8". Russ is, 6'5", and athletic. I'm like 6'4", 6'5". I'm not that athletic.
You like, I'm getting it done.
Fans are fiercely taking sides in the controversy around Wilson's audacious claim on social media, with some even proposing a charity match to settle the score. Seeing Wilson and Josh Hart square off in such a thrilling spectacle will surely captivate the basketball world. Wilson, the league's undisputed star and two-time WNBA MVP, is no stranger to the limelight, but this season has brought her unprecedented scrutiny as women's basketball has become more popular, largely due to the Caitlin Clark effect. Wilson has had to deal with a new wave of attention, with fans praising and criticizing her every move on a huge scale.
When you get a chance, check out the WNBA's new media rights deal, about $2.2 billion over the next 11 years. And yes, a lot of this has to do with the Caitlin Clark effect. Whether you like Clark or you don't, you can't argue that she's generated a ton of interest and eyeballs for the WNBA.
Millions of people were drawn to the thrilling world of women's basketball for the first time thanks to the University of Iowa Stars' incredible performances during the seeded tournament. Her deep-range threes and fierce leadership ignited the Caitlin Clark effect. This surge and attention provided a much-needed. WNBA viewership and fan engagement increased significantly as a result of the sport's increased spotlight, but players like A.A. Wilson also faced more pressure because Wilson was scrutinized and criticized harshly in addition to being a source of admiration.
They normally play in a 12,000-seat arena, all right? And they are now moving this to an 18,000-seat arena. It is sold out, and reportedly, ticket demand for this game tonight was twice as much as the demand for Game 1 and Game 2 of the WNBA Finals last year.
Damn.
Caitlin Clark, in July, regular season game, coming to Las Vegas, forces you to move game.
A.A. Wilson has long accepted her position as a WNBA leader, an MVP winner, and one of the most marketable stars in women's basketball. However, the new fans brought in by Caitlin Clark's ascent created a new dynamic in the league, as many of them came with preconceived ideas and occasionally harsh criticisms. Wilson has been candid about the demands of increased attention, and she has also expressed annoyance at the growing focus on women's basketball and the incessant criticism and comparisons. In a recent interview, she reflected on the season's difficulties and said, "It's great to see the game grow, but with that comes a lot of noise."
Honestly, because I'm in season, I have other things that we need to worry about than what other people have to say. I have a scout, I have 11 other minds on my team and in my locker room that we got to make sure that we're on the same mindset. So I really can't give you the best answer on that because I really don't pay any attention to it. My goal is just to go out there and be the best that I can be for my teammates, both on and off the court, and we're going to go out there and be.
Many of Caitlin Clark's supporters portray her as the future of women's basketball, challenging Wilson's status as the league's best player for A.A. Wilson. The constant comparisons between Wilson and Clark have generated heated discussion. This story feels unjust and constrictive even though she recognizes Clark's ability and impact. Wilson is adamant that her MVP honors and years of dedication have cemented her status as one of the NBA's top players for many years. A.A. Wilson, a two-time MVP whose leadership and dominance on the court have established the league's standards, has served as the face of the WNBA, but Caitlin's recent spike in fan interaction, even at the height of her career, Wilson has not experienced the same level of attention shift as Clark's quick ascent. The environment has been drastically altered by Clark's influence on women's basketball, giving the sport a level of visibility that Wilson helped create, but didn't realize was this great.
More people want to watch. Don't get it twisted. Don't get up. Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA. But I'm rooting for Caitlin because I've been in that seat before. I've walked that road before.
Caitlin Clark's meteoric rise started at the NCAA tournament, where her amazing performances left spectators in awe of her daring three-point shooting, spectacular passes, and unrivaled confidence. Clark immediately drew comparisons to NBA greats like Steph Curry, but what really made her stand out was her capacity to captivate audiences and popularize women's basketball.
People compare the way you shoot, you see anything.
I saw somebody break down the release time, which is pretty much identical to mine. And then her just confidence. You can't help but watch when she plays, where she's shooting from, the range, the confidence, the flair. Like, she's a performer. It's crazy though, just because her shot it's like that. It's at that level. But if you really watch, like her floor game is.
AA fans have questioned why Wilson, the league's best player and two-time MVP, couldn't draw the same level of attention. Is this a case of leading without entering the promised land? That's up to you to decide. Wilson has unquestionably been a stellar ambassador for the WNBA. Her charisma, work ethic, and on-court excellence have solidified her status as a star, but her impact on the league's growth seems modest compared to the seismic shift caused by Caitlin Clark's rise.
She's already getting a shoe deal. Meanwhile, A'ja Wilson has a laundry list of accomplishments that includes 2 MVP awards, and 2 national championships for the Aces. Or I should say world championships. They call it world championships in the pros. So I'm a little bit confused as to how she's not marked.
The appeal of Caitlin Clark is her ability to defy expectations by enthralling both casual viewers and younger fans with her compelling style and relatable swaggers. NCAA performances turned into must-see occasions, generating viral content that went beyond sports and generated conversations on social media. Unlike AA, Clark immediately distinguished herself from the competition with her aggressive play and ability to shoot from wherever. Wilson is a dominant force who has dominated within a more conventional framework of excellence, winning championships, setting records, and continuously leading her squad. Wilson hasn't experienced the same viral moments that Clark's style of play has generated. It's not that Wilson doesn't have an impact. Rather, it's that Clark's star power has changed the league in ways that Wilson's accomplishments haven't fully reflected. Although Clark's ascent has altered the landscape, it doesn't lessen Wilson's contributions. Rather, it emphasizes how each player adds something special to the league. Although Clark sparked the interest in the WNBA among new viewers, players like Wilson will be essential to maintaining their interest. With her historic scoring and explosive playmaking, Clark's debut season lived up to the expectations and solidified her status as one of the league's top players.
New nickname from WNBA All-Star MVP is The Future. And I have to agree with her because, man, Caitlin Clark is electrifying.
WNBA All-Star MVP's new moniker is The Future, and I have to agree with her since Killen C is amazing in this new environment. Wilson finds herself in a unique situation while still being regarded as one of the league's best players. Fans have begun to doubt her credibility because of her recent remarks, which no longer carry the same weight as before. In particular, her audacious claim that she could defeat NBA player Josh Hart in a one-on-one match was greeted with skepticism, with many people flatly rejecting it and claiming that Wilson may not even be the best player anymore.
Play 8 to 11. Me.
It's not that fun.
I get ball first.
You get ball first.
She does get ball first.
Not gonna get it back. And you could, but that's gonna be your time. Like that's gonna be your period, which is fine. I'm not saying I'm gonna go.
In contrast to AIA, Caitlin Clark's dynamic, high-energy approach and ability to produce jaw-dropping moments have caused a generational transition in the WNBA and drawn fans. Wilson's game is seen as more conventional and understated, despite its undeniable effectiveness. As the face of the WNBA for so long, Wilson now finds herself in the difficult position of having to prove her relevance once again as Clark's star power continues to rise. This comparison has fueled a narrative that Wilson is no longer the league's top star, but rather a respected veteran overshadowed by the new wave of talent.
Just yesterday, when I called your name to the stage as the #1 pick in this year's draft, you held the Indiana Fever jersey for the first time, and what a record-breaking season for you and the entire team, full of outstanding performances, and I know all of you, that hard work and dedication.
Wilson's claim that she could defeat NBA player Josh Hart in a one-on-one game has left many fans doubting her judgment. Wilson is unquestionably a dominant force in the WNBA, but her skills are seen as insufficient to compete with Hart's experience, athleticism, and defensive ability at the NBA level. Although her self-belief is admirable, many think her statement is overly optimistic because Hart's physicality and overall skill set are on a different level. As Caitlin Clark continues to break records and redefine the women's game, Wilson will need to go far to remind everyone why she was once considered untouchable.
When it comes to hype, when it comes to viewership, when it comes to all of those things, I think the only couple players that might be ahead of Caitlin are players like LeBron James and Steph Curry. I definitely agree with Bill Simmons here. I think for sure she is that #1 player in that under 30 category.
As the argument continues, it is evident that A'ja Wilson's audacious assertion has triggered a heated discussion about confidence, competition, and the skill gaps between the WNBA and NBA. While some applaud her self-confidence, others contend it is excessive, regardless of whether you believe she is overestimating her abilities or simply supporting herself in the manner of a champion. Without a doubt, A'ja Wilson's challenge to Josh Hart will continue to be a hot topic, making us all reevaluate the boundaries of what is feasible in basketball. What are your thoughts on this exciting matchup? Do you believe A'ja Wilson can really compete against Josh Hart? If you liked it, please let us know in the comments box and hit like. Additionally, subscribe to see more videos immediately.